Good morning. It's Monday, August 17th, and Jami Lula's song, who I love dearly, he sent me an Instagram message this morning, but this song is our song for the day. Let me love the way that you do. We'll talk about that. We're going to talk about what Jon Kabat-Zinn said on Oprah. But this is all about love. We'll listen, we'll anchor.
What it's like to forget myself and then I wanna know what it's like to never judge again.
I'm writing it down.
Let me love.
Let me love.
The way you
This is compassion. When you love.
the way you let my heart remain wide open, no matter what the world reveals to me.
Good morning, Reverend Ed.
Let me love, 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 love the way you do.
What kind of life are you leading now? From fear or from love? From separation or compassion and connection? That's what's downloading right now. A little bit more of Jami, then we'll anchor.
I wanna know what it's like to live my enemy.
What it's like to love my
What
enemy.
it's like to live God's destiny. I wanna know what it's like to live life free from shame. I wanna know what it's like to live love without end.
What's it like to live with love without end?
Let me love
Take this into your heart.
the way you do. Let me love
My dear friend Jami Lula,
the way you
is your heart going to be closed or open?
let my heart remain wide open, no matter what the world reveals to me. Let me love, 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 love.
Ciao Martha! Ciao Martha! My cousin in Italy. Here we go.
God so loved the world, He created you and me.
We're going to anchor in his next verse. But listen to these words.
That we might express more of Himself. Can't you see?
Whether you believe in God, the universe, universal energy.
Let it be.
Here we go. Let's anchor in our body and our breath.
Let me love,
Breathe in,
love
breathe out.
the way you.
Breathe in, breathe out.
Love, love, love the way you do.
Breathe in, breathe out.
Let my heart remain wide open, no matter what the world reveals to me.
Whether it's on social media, the news, or just people, can you stand in the love?
The way you do. The way you do. The way you do.
That is my beautiful friend, Jami Lula. Spirit in the House, its song, Let Me Love the Way You Do. We're going to end, though, this session with Love is My Religion, because when I was walking, that's all I kept hearing. It's about love. And that was my conversation at the Dallas Meditation Center yesterday. How can we be actively compassionate together? And compassion is that place of love, of realizing that we are interconnected. We are mirrors of each other. We're living together in this world. We're not separate. And yet people are buying into those false notions of separation. But I was watching the replay of Jon Kabat-Zinn on Super Soul Sunday, and Oprah always asks at the end, what do you believe about life after death? And he's like, what I want to know is like, what do you believe about life before death? And I found that so profound because most people don't live in the moment. Most people don't let love lead their day. Most of us are just swirling and twirling and things, the doing or the separation or the competition and all the chaos that you're seeing instead of in the being state, which is where meditation brings you to that moment. But what is your life right now? And if you were to die tonight, how well did you live your life? I'm not talking about accumulation, and I'm not talking about anything of the ego, but I'm talking about being in service to that greater reality. Because there's a reason that we're all here. And I believe it's an awakening to love. That divine love that's within us and the divine love that circulates as every single life. And that we awaken to that together. So Julie Bayer Salzman has the video Just Breathe that I use with the kids, but she also did one called Surfing Corona. And I'll post this later on the bottom of this page. And these are just different people like first month into the coronavirus, first month into shelter in place. And they're sharing about their difficult emotions and what it's like to surf the waves. Because Jon Kabat-Zinn, and if you don't know him, he is the one that literally brought mindfulness into the secular realm in Massachusetts. And I consider him like the grandfather of secular mindfulness. And I'll post that Oprah link again. I posted earlier. But surfing Corona is like people sharing about the difficult emotions, about the isolation, about the uncertainty, about the disintegration of their life, which is we're all experiencing that. All right, we're experiencing the letting go of what we've known. And this one girl was so fully present, she said, to what she was experiencing. She goes, I am on my knees. And when we use that phrase that we're on our knees, man, we are just like life has just taken us to this level of being on our knees. And she's like, just trying to deal with and navigate and presence the emotion. She goes, but I know what direction I'm facing. I'm on my knees, but I'm facing the direction of love and compassion. Love and compassion. So when Jami sings, let me love the way that you love, for me, love is that elixir of life. And I'm not talking the sentimental love. I'm talking that impulsion of life that seeks to reveal itself. I'm talking about not waiting until there's a disaster for us to come together in compassion. Whenever there's a disaster, nobody ever asks what political party you're from, what's your sexual orientation, what religion do you, abide by? No, people jump in to support each other and to love each other. And that's what I feel like we're being called forth. So collectively, what life are we leading before death arrives? A ministerial colleague that I went to school with from Denver, Colorado, Reverend Kathleen Lenover, unexpectedly made her transition. And she was fabulous. She was witty. She was wicked funny. She was brilliant. She was a former nun. She was a nun for I can't remember how many years, and then left and was a financial advisor and then found new thought and became a minister. And I always just loved being in her presence because she just had this energy, this exuberance about life. And I'm watching all of her really close friends, paying tribute to her. And it just became a potent reminder that not just with the pandemic, but every moment is all that we have. And how are you living your life? Are you living your life fully? Are you connecting with people in love? Are you allowing compassion to arise and arrive in the moment? Are you supporting each other in service to the greater reality that each one of us can thrive just by the very nature of our beingness? And I feel like we're being called to love. And this has been my theme and my mantra since I was a kid. So the question I ask you, what is your life now? What is the life that you're seeking to experience before death? Because some people want to leave the planet. I'm like, well, there's a reason we came to this planet. To be that full expression of your gifts in the world, in whatever way you arrive. Just like the people that I see every day at White Rock Lake. So I talked about Mr. Hello on the Dallas Meditation Center yesterday, the Awakening Heart Sangha. And I think I know him. I think he looks like the police officer I used to know a long time ago. But he's always on his bike. He is always jubilantly and joyously and exuberantly greeting people with a hello, good morning, have a great day. Every day when I see him. And today I caught a very brief video, and it's not even a good video because there wasn't a lot of people before me, because if those people were there, you would hear him loud and clear. And I shouted out to him that I did a service on him, but his simple act of service, his simple act of love, his simple act of connection is saying hello and genuinely meeting people ever so briefly with that joy. And it never fails. I'm always in some kind of deep contemplative mode by the time he comes around. I think it's just like he's like my little angel. I'm thinking about something. And, today school was supposed to start for DISD. It's pushed back. I'm not allowed in the classroom. I'm a community partner, so I'm a volunteer. So I'm kind of like navigating my own emotions. I'm coaching teachers and administrators, but it's like I'm always in like thoughts, and just with whatever difficult emotions are rising, even though I'm in the presence of the sunrise and the little hummingbird that flew by. But his hello always feels like this cascade of joy and grace upon me, and that he is letting love lead the day. And he probably has no idea how he's affected so many people with that. So, like the girl, if you're on your knees because it's difficult, my niece still hasn't found a job. All right, it's challenging. But that young woman on the video is like, I'm kneeling in the direction of love and compassion. Jon Kabat-Zinn, what is your life before death? How are you leading your life right now? Jami Lula, love the way that you love. How can we add more love in this world? Because we're watching the polarity, especially with politics. And I gotta say, I do have my moments of judgment, and I'm not going to lie, because when things are just so brutal, I'm like, I teach my children kindness, compassion, connection. And when adults are operating from their ego for that false sense of power, it is very challenging for me. And oftentimes I want to tell some of these, TV hosts that I don't watch, but, I see on YouTube saying, would you say that to that person if they're sitting right in front of you? Then why are you saying it at all? Why are you adding poison to the consciousness of this planet? Why do people go on social media just to beat up on people they don't even know? Because they're unhealed. And we're being called to heal with that divine love. But what kind of life do you want to live? What kind of life do you choose? So as I drove home from the storm, so I was at the Dallas Meditation Center, and there's this massive storm that I had no idea was coming, and I'm in a Prius, a little Prius C. I've got my little tiny car, all right? It's perfect, for parking in little spaces, and it's great with gas mileage, but it's a very light car. And the clouds were phenomenal. Like, I wish I could have taken pictures, and the lightning, and it was dramatic. But then I hit a point when I was driving and I could not see. And I was calm because I'd just been at the Dallas Meditation Center. We had meditation, we had, I did the talk, we had a group conversation. So I was in a very anchored, grounded place, but I still found myself gripping my wheel. And as I had to go up that one little curve on 635, so 75 to get to 635, you got to go up and around, and I could feel my car. I texted to my niece, I wish I had a cheaty bang bang car so I could just fly home. But I felt this like, wow, what if I went this way? And I was like, no, that's not going to be on your obituary. But it was a moment of, did I live my life well? Did I live my life to the fullest potential of being in service to the greater reality that I call the divine? Did I come from love more times than not? Because I was going through all my old writings and it felt like a past life review. It was a little freaky. I was like, because I always wonder, like, when people unexpectedly transition, it's like, did they know? Did they have any hint? And we don't most of the times. And driving, and there's stuff swirling, and the lightning's going, and the winds are flying, but I was just like centered and focused and anchored. And in my prayer too is that, because Bobby was coming in the same direction from the Dallas Meditation Center, Cornell and Lisa had to get home, just holding everybody in prayer. But it did become that, did I live my life well? Did I always choose love? Did I do my best? Am I perfect? No. And it's not about perfection, but it's about being present in love. So that's your invitation I like this. Here's the card that I picked. I'm going to shift it to the card. I'm in the process of positive change, but the process is a moment-to-moment awareness. I'm unfolding in fulfilling ways. Only good can come to me. I now express health, happiness, prosperity, and peace of mind. And I love that card because for my birthday, it was overwhelmingly beautiful to receive over 300, maybe 350 happy birthdays. Because I do that every morning. That's one simple way that you can be compassionate to somebody else, is go on Facebook and just wish all those people that they line up for the day a happy birthday. I do beautiful birthday blessings. But when I received them, I felt that wave of love. And then when I was doing thank you, and I would say their name out loud, and there's still some that I would post something and there's still some I need to go. So I still have a bunch of thank yous, but it was this expansive heartfulness. I'm like, what if we treated each other as if our birthday was every day? That kind of love, that kind of kindness, that kind of attention. That we live a life fully and not get to death with regret. That all we have is this holy now. So I'm inviting you today to be that love in action. I'm going to post Jami's song, Let Me Love the Way You Do, and I'm going to sing out, or have him sing us out with Love Is My Religion, and I'm going to take this one on Spotify from the Orange album. But allow love to lead your day. Allow love to be that place of positive change. I'm unfolding in fulfilling ways. Only good can come to me. I now express health, happiness, prosperity, and peace of mind. And then we know that for everyone. Because at the end of the day, at the end of life, when you're reviewing everything that you experience and express, will love be making your heart lighter so that you may spiral wherever you're spiraling to? So that's my message for today. It's a download of love. Be that love. Be that Mr. Hello, Mrs. Hello, Miss Hello out in the world. Connect with people with love and kindness. If you have differing points of view, don't attack each other. We don't need that. Do not lower your consciousness. We must add to the greater consciousness. And all I can do is take care of me and show up in a way. And when I'm feeling frustrated, annoyed, or angry, whatever it is, or sad, or even lonely. It was so nice to see Cornell and Bobby and Lisa. We couldn't hug, but that need for connection, how I as a hugger miss that so much. I miss the ones that I love. But be present so that the connection is stronger than this brief moment of physical separation. So let love be your religion. Let love lead your way. I'm going to ring us out. Just have a glorious day. Thank you for the birthday wishes. Thank you just for your kindness and your love. You have no idea how that positively affected me, how it supports me in continuing doing what I do in the world to add extra light, to add joy, to be that space and that place. And I'm not a saint, trust me. I've had my, rounds with people. My whole thing is meet me in the present moment in truth. In truth, each one of us taking responsibility for ourselves. But what life do you want to lead? What life are you living right now? At that moment when death does arrive, because it's inevitable, did you live fully? Did you let love lead the way? Were you more compassionate than, combative? All right? This human journey is an interesting experience, but I, from my spiritual tradition, believe that each one of us is that unique expression of the living universe with gifts that are ordained and anointed to be shared. They're not about the ego, my friends, all right? So I love you. Have a phenomenal day. Let love lead. Be present to all the gifts in the moment. We're going to listen to little Jami's Love Is My Religion. Then I'm going to anchor us out. You have a fabulous day. You're welcome, Annalisa. Thank you for being here. Thank you all who were here, those who were here earlier.
I wish you peace.
I wish you peace.
I wish you joy. I wish you love, 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 love. I wish you faith in yourself to reveal.
I'll post Jami's link. Please go buy his music.
You've come here to be.
Support our musicians.
Love is my choice.
Love is my choice.
Love is my decision.
Love is my decision.
Love is my voice.
Love is my voice.
Love is my religion.
in. Breathe out. Let's breathe in love and breathe out peace, all right? Breathe in love. Breathe out peace. Breathe in love. Breathe in peace. I wish you strength.
I wish you courage. Wish you love, love, love.
Follow your heart.
I wish you purpose.
Follow your heart.
Your dreams and programs by
The universe, God, whatever way you believe, will support you in the right intentions.
love is my choice.
Use your spiritual tools.
Love
Oh,
is my
let me pause, Jamie. Use your spiritual tools. If you don't use the tools, they will not work for you. All right? I can have a hammer on my desk to nail something up, but if I don't use it, it will not work for me. Do not just encage yourself into the fear and the doubt and that I can't and that there's no way out. You must use your tools on a daily basis, which is why meditation, affirmations, connecting in affirmative prayer, the divine reality that is your life, but daily. You must pick up that tool daily. When the difficult emotions are rising, you must anchor and ground and center in the awareness of the presence of love, even if it doesn't look like it on the surface. Deep within the abiding ocean, there's a peace and there's a calm, but you must choose it. You must choose it. I can't do it for you, but follow your heart. Let love lead. Use your spiritual tools daily. It doesn't work just once. You can't just meditate once saying, this is great. No, it's a daily practice. There was a gentleman at the Dallas Meditation Center that says, I drag myself sometimes to the cushion. He goes, but I'm committed to sit. So no matter what your spiritual tradition is, be committed. If you're Catholic, pray the rosary or whatever works for you, like my mother does. Be committed. But when you use the spiritual tools, it cultivates the consciousness so you can create the life you want with that which is greater, the divine reality. You're co-creating. But if you don't use the tools, your life will remain the same. And do you really want to end your incarnation with regret? Because you can't unwind that. So the invitation is that love is my religion. Love the way that I love. Dance in delight of the divine, and in the challenge and in the sufferings, we're the ones that show up as love and compassion. But you must use your tools. Only you can do that and connect with people that support that. Now you all listen. Amen, Reverend Ed.
love is my
Have a fabulous day. I'll talk to you soon.